Hey, how's it going, everyone? Some pretty exciting news to talk about today, as it has to do with some big names joining the esports world, which hopefully will garner quite a bit of attention, as this industry definitely needs all the love and attention it can get in a positive direction. You guys don't know what I'm talking about. KRU Esports, who is founded by Aguero, famous footballer, very talented player, is being joined by Lionel Messi. I mean, it's Messi. He's literally the greatest footballer, arguably, of all time, and is probably one of the most followed individuals when it comes to social media and attention. You just saw what happened in Miami. The deal and the absolute ridiculousness that is happening over there leads to a lot of excitement. But how will that traditional sport go into non-traditional sport? That is what we are talking about today. So first things first, let's take a look at the article, and then we'll break down kind of my thoughts and opinions on the whole ordeal. So if you haven't seen the article, kind of a quick TLDR, Lionel Messi is now co-owner. There was a social media post by Aguero where he talks about how he is no longer the owner of KRU Esports, and he's like, wait, what's going on? Talks about how he needs to take a sip of water, and then he actually dives into it and says that he is now the co-owner and that Lionel Messi is going to be joining him, which I think is pretty cool. It alleviates a lot of the initial financial burden. Not that either of these two have to really worry about that, which is a conversation we'll kind of get into and what that kind of pertains to. But my focus is going to be more so on how they can make a true impact. And if it is just a PR thing, a tax write-off type mentality, and they're happy to just light money on fire, or if they're going to actually change this and turn this into something profitable. KRU Esports has done some pretty good stuff. Obviously, their involvement in Valorant and a bunch of others with pretty solid performances. The Rocket League team was just shy of making top 8 at the World Championship in Germany, where Aguero actually did go and stream. It is really cool to see widespread celebrities get involved in our industry. I think the last time we had something of this nature is Lando Norris with Quadrant back in, I think it was Rotterdam for the winter split, where he showed up and was on the pre-show and stuff like that. Like those types of things, while they may not seem like a big deal, they do bring in a lot of attention, and it helps a lot for the industry, as well as just the esport in particular when it comes to Rocket League. My curiosity is you look through this article and they talk a lot about their emphasis of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to build. And a lot of it definitely feels like fluff. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not saying that to be anything, but I've seen many a time where big name celebrities, you could look at Guild and David Beckham as a prime example, which ironically enough, David Beckham with Miami FC and everything. But the names, FaZe is notorious for this as well, where they sign Snoop Dogg or Kyler Murray or whoever, and it is just a initial post of like, we're teaming up with this big name celebrity, and celebrity gets the bag, and then nothing happens. They don't use the namesake. They're not done in endorsements. They're not doing anything to actually help push the brand or get eyes in. It is just we're going to pay you for an appearance fee, and then even though you're associated with us, nothing actually happens. We don't make content with you. You don't leverage your namesake or anything, because in most cases, they can't afford it. And that's why this one might be a little bit different. So my curiosity is what they plan to do. They talk about how they want to basically not only build and garner respect and admiration from the global gaming community, but they want to be a true club. They want to generate content and entertainment, which sounds like, hey, you're going to make YouTube videos and stuff, and you're also going to continue to do event activations, which they talk about in an event activation in like on December 16th or something like that. It also says it's being held next Saturday, but next Saturday is definitely not the 16th of December. So maybe it's a translation thing. Who knows? Either way, they are trying to do activations and stuff. But my curiosity is it sustainable? Right now in the state of esports, esports is a marketing tool. And clearly Aguero and Messi do not need more marketing. They're doing just fine. So my curiosity is what they're going to do and how they're going to approach this. Do they have advisement or a board committee or something like that that is going to steer them in the right direction of esports? Because while I do know Aguero streams, I don't know how involved into gaming both of these people are, how seriously they take it. And if they do so, do they have the knowledge base to actually turn this into a profitable business where they can use their namesake and leverage it like we have seen in a lot of these YouTubers, the KSIs, the Logan Pauls, love them or hate them. What they're using, Mr. Beast, with their platform, they are the marketing tool, and they are using that to sell product to their fan base. And with esports as it is right now is a marketing tool. You can't really turn it into a profitable business on its own standalone. People want to take this esports team, it gets promoted, and then because it has a bunch of eyes on it, hopefully they can slap a brand or a logo that pays for it. But that itself is not profitable. We don't have broadcasting rights. We don't have ticket sales. We don't have merch sales stuff that we can do at all these big events without a massive fee. I mean, you're talking if you go to like a DreamHack and you do a booth, you're looking at least a $50,000 investment. Now, to these guys, that is chump change, and it definitely changes the focus of this. It definitely changes the limitations and how they operate. The things that we normal people have to worry about of, okay, if we do this, we're going to spend this kind of money. What's our return on investment? How are we going to make this money back? What are our margins? All that stuff doesn't necessarily make a difference or a dent to the pocketbook of these two. But that doesn't mean they're going to continue to do it and light money on fire forever. You look at version 1, backed by billionaires, the Wilf family for the Minnesota Vikings. And after a certain point, if we're operating in the red or things aren't working, or we see the general narrative in the wide world of esports being like, this is bad, get out, they, even though they're billionaires, are going to get out because you don't stay a billionaire by investing money unintelligently. So my curiosity is more so, who is helping them, or are they knowledgeable enough? This is a conversation I would love to sit down and talk about with them and say, hey, what are your plans? What is KRU Esports going to do that's different? Are you going to look at organizations like Karmine Corp? They're partnering with their government to buy a venue or rent a venue out and then use that as an event space and do this global esports type of mentality where it is Karmine Corp versus the world. Because now you're not just watching your one team compete in the RLCS, and if they get knocked out, they're done. And if they don't perform great, then how much did you really get out of it? But if you have a Olympic type mentality where Karmine Corp competes in League of Legends, they compete in Rocket League, they compete in Valorant, they compete in, and you do that, then your brand, your name is on everything and is something that I think more should really lean into. My curiosity is how that is going to look for KRU Esports and what direction they're going to take. Are they going to build product? Are they going to build revenue? Because they have all the marketing they could ever want with these two at the helm. That is where my curiosity is. I want to know what direction they're going to take that is going to be different than the others like FaZe Clan, like Guild, like Semper was back in the day, where you have big names, big business people that have a namesake and a marketing opportunity with them. But when you're marketing something that is just marketing, it's redundant and it doesn't lead to business profits. Again, my biggest curiosity with this whole thing is, how are they going to do it differently? What are they going to use their marketing or their namesake to pivot this or position this in a way that is successful and beneficial to the widespread? Now, if they are happy to lose money at a expected rate over a certain amount of years and they're comfortable with that, so be it. Again, they are afforded very different limitations compared to others. But at a certain point, I don't know many people that, even if they are doing it as a passion project, I think we can look at Moist Critical, Charlie, as an example with Moist Esports. He knows he's losing money and that he's not making anything out of it, but he does it because he loves it and he's passionate. It's entertainment to him. People are willing to spend a ludicrous amount of money to promote and enjoy things of entertainment. And is that this? Or could it be something even better? Could it be a trend or a way to bring in traditional athletes or people with more attention on them and leverage that in a way to grow and build and change the way that we operate in esports? Because I do think there is a lot to learn. Both these have been around professional and traditional sports for a very long time. There's a lot of things that we in esports could learn from them and try to find a way to see how this could be leveraged or how they could build it or how they could grow it into a way that is sustainable. That, again, with the state of esports, how it is right now, could definitely make some changes too. So again, very curious to see on what this is going to look like. KRU Esports, that is a big partnership, two very talented footballers and a very cool opportunity. And who knows, maybe we get a major in Miami and both attend. Wouldn't be against it. I think it'd be pretty cool. Either way, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Hit me up, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.